Welcome back to the PSN Commanders Network. It's your boy Tonka and Tech. I'm back with a video. Another live stream. If I get to our word of God, for God, we're turn out God's open doors and pay with for people to lose anything. Today's video, I'm here about the Washington Commanders. If I get too far into today's live stream, that's a nice live stream that is. You know how we do it on here. Get the word of God before we do anything else. Put God first on this channel. So, quick verse of the day. This is Matthew 19, chapter 20, verse 19. Says as follows. Therefore, go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That is your job as a disciple. We ain't talking no more. Let's get right into the live stream. So, you guys already know, a few hours ago, the Commanders have traded for wide receiver Deebo Samuel. The draft competition was for a fifth-round pick. We'll put up the article and talk about it, and then we'll talk about the player himself in Deebo, his history in the league, strengths and weaknesses about him, and we'll grade the trade, and then I will open it up to you guys. So please pull up because you guys be part of the show. This is the link right here. You can click at any time during the live stream after I'm done talking about the trade, and you can hop in here and talk. I'll be on for a while. I won't be on all night, but I'll be on for a while. I know the fight's going on and all that, so I know the viewership might not be as fruitful as usual, but if you do pull up, very appreciate it. I know people watching the fight right now understand. Her tank is beating the fire out of bruh. But yeah, let's get right into it. So let's read this article real quick. Get right into the live stream. We'll go, so Washington Commanders have made a splash in the 2025 NFL Combine. Washington's acquiring San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel in exchange for a fifth-round pick. Ian Rappaport reported on Saturday per sources. Samuels due $21.7 million 2025 reunite with Commanders GM Adam Peters, who previously spent 7 seasons with the 49ers front office. The 49ers drafted Samuel 36 overall in the 2019 NFL Draft. He will be pairing with Terry McLaurin to give Washington a talent wide receiver duo. The trade will not be official until the new year on March 12th. So, in other words, the trade cannot be finalized until 4 p.m. on March 12th. So, between now and the 12th, the Commanders could back out of this or the Niners. Keep that in mind. This is a tentative agreement. This is not officially official until March 12th. So please keep that in mind. It's like any free agent contract that's agreed to. It is not official until the new league year begins March 12th. So please keep that in mind, guys. Don't go, oh my gosh, if something were to happen between now and then, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to get finalized though. So we're not worried about that. But I'm just saying, just quick disclaimer before we continue too far. So 5th-round pick goes to Niners, the 148th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. That was the draft pick that we acquired from the New Orleans Saints in the Marshawn Lattimore trade, if you remember. Marshawn Lattimore was sent to the Commanders during the trade deadline for a 3rd-round pick, which is our 3rd-round pick. I think that's like the 89th pick in the draft. A 6th-round pick and a 4th-round pick was sent to them in exchange for Lattimore in a 5th. So in that 5th was the 148th pick in the draft. We sent that over to the Niners for now Deebo Samuel. So now essentially we have Deebo Samuel and Marshawn Lattimore at age 29 and 28 respectively for 3rd, 4th, and 6th. Let's look at it like that, right? Shout out to Josh Taylor FB2. Bro called it from the beginning. He taught it Super Bowl night. He's been on this ever since. And he said it's going to happen, and it happened. So shout out to Josh Taylor. Please subscribe to his channel. Great content creator now watching the community. And good person. Like, dude's a really dope person in person. Real cool cat. And I got love for bro. Shout out to bro. And Jackie Rondo said. But yeah. Interesting move here. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel, the player. So we're gonna put up statistics right now, but you guys probably know. I don't have to talk about statistics too much because you guys should already know about Deebo Samuel statistics. I don't have to talk about that because you guys probably looked it up already. I'm pretty sure you have. I know you guys are smart people over here at the PSN Commanders Network family. You guys already pulled up his stats. DK was never a realistic thing for me. Roy, shout out my boy Derek. I never thought that was gonna happen. So yeah, Deebo 6 foot 215. That's his playing weight. Just turned 29, so keep that in mind. Just turned 29 not too long ago. Hybrid G Data, bro. Shout out to bro. 51 receptions, 670 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 13.1 yards per catch in 2024. The rest of his statistics, the rest of his career, look at those very quickly. 2019, 57 catches for 802 yards, 3 touchdowns, 14.1 yards per catch, 2 fumbles, 1 loss. In 2020, during the C word year, he only had 33 catches for 391 yards and a touchdown. His season was cut short due to an injury. He only played 7 games. Played 16 next year in 2021. Only missed 1 game. That was the first year we had 17 games. 77 catches, the 1,400-yard season, the wide back year. We call it the wide back year. 18.2 yards per catch and 6 touchdowns. Don't forget now, he had another 59 carries for 365 yards and 8 touchdowns. Let's not forget that. I want to add that to that as well. He also had 3 rushing touchdowns in the rookie season as well. All 14 carries for 159 yards. Then he had 56 catches for 632 yards and 2 TDs. And next year in 2022, huge drop off in production as a receiver. And then he had about 232 yards on 42 carries. So he ran the ball a little bit more and had 3 touchdowns as well. So still 1,000 yards from scrimmage, but it wasn't the year he had. We had 1,700 yards. 2023, nice bounce back year here. 15 games played, 60 catches, almost 800 yards receiving, almost 15 yards per catch, and 7 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Including a 54-yard catch from Deebo as well. 37 carries for 225 yards a year and 5 TDs. So bro had about 1,100 yards from scrimmage and 12 touchdowns just 2 years ago. That ain't too shabby. But last year, he had the critical drop and he was struggling a little bit. I know he's like, yeah, I'm not struggling. I'm not getting the ball. All that, the Brandon Ayuk ACL tear happened. Brock Purdy was a little inconsistent last year at times. It was just tough for bro. Tough for the Niners in general. DeVondre Campbell quit on the team. They had a bunch of crap going on. Through all of that, he still had 51 receptions, 607 yards, and 3 touchdowns. No excuses, but he did struggle a little bit last year. And then he had 136 yards on the ground and another touchdown on top of that. So he did struggle a little bit. Let's call it his bro did struggle a little bit. And wasn't this best year in 2024. But overall, he's had a solid NFL career. He's a solid NFL wide receiver. Now, let's get to what Deebo does well and what Deebo doesn't do well. I'm going to get to the comment section all in a second. So I'm going to finish my whole spiel. So give me another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'll go ahead and have people come on in. You can click the link after, I say, about 10 minutes. So what does Deebo do well? So what Deebo does well. He's great in space, right? So all his carries he gets in space, all the catches he gets in space, he's great in space, right? Number 2, he's tough as hell. He runs people over. He's disrespectful as hell. Number 3, what I like about Deebo, and I'm not a Deebo fan, so keep this in mind when I'm giving pros and cons about him. But I'm going to be completely unbiased here. The third thing I think Deebo has a pro on is that he creates mismatches because you can line him up at so many positions. You can line him in a slot, you can put him outside if you like, you can put him at running back. He creates mismatches because the way you can line him up. Because his versatility. So versatile, tough as hell, and tough as hell. And he's great at space. So those are his 3 biggest qualities about his game that I do like, right? Cons, and there's 4. It's not being biased. One, he's not a good route runner. I don't like his route running. He makes it too obvious in his cuts and stuff like that. And that leads to the second con is lack of separation. He doesn't get any separation. He just does not get separation. It's all it is. Number 3, for me, is his injury history. I talked about that in the video yesterday. He does block his ass off. Hell yeah, he does. He blocks his tail off. Darn right. My man be putting people in blenders. So yes, thank you, Dorgunner. You're correct. He does block his tail off. So it's number 4 for pros. Let's get to the cons. Doesn't create separation well. Not a good route runner. Inconsistent hands and injury history. He doesn't have injuries that puts him out for like more than 2 months at a time. So for that one time during the C year, the COVID year, that year. But outside of that, he has an injury miss. He'll miss 2-3 games, a game here and there, but he does get nicked a lot. That also does concern me a little bit. But those are my pros and cons for Deebo Samuel. Overall, I'm going to give it a trade grade, but I'm going to open up to everyone else. On the Commander side, I'm going to give it a C+. I don't love the move, but I understand the vision, right? You get a guy you're familiar with if you're Adam Peters, for one. 2, you get a guy that will garner some type of attention. Deebo Samuel is a very unique type of player, and he gets a unique type of attention, right? It's because of the versatility, It's because of the versatility that he brings to the table. You have to see where Uno or what 19, whatever number bro wears, you have to find Deebo Samuel, okay? You have to find him. Because he could be in the backfield, he could be out wide, he could be in the slot, he can motion and all these. And he's a great player in space, so the motions help out. And it frees up Terry McLaurin. It frees up Zach Ertz, because I believe we're bringing back Zach Ertz. Spoiler alert. It'll free up guys like Ben Sinnott. Having him have a much more bigger role this year coming up. So it just brings you different type of thing. And it gives Jaden another guy in the middle of the field, not named Zach. That's huge, right? So I don't love the move. I don't hate it. I didn't like it at first at all. I won't get this an F. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't like this move at all, but under further review, this move is not terrible. I'm not a Deebo fan. I just don't like Deebo Samuel like that. But I understand the vision here. I understand it. I get it. He's definitely an upgrade with De'Ami Brown. He's definitely an upgrade with Lamar Zaccheaus. He's definitely an upgrade with Noah Brown. Okay? I'll be a liar and say he's not. If I said that, slap me, because I'm an idiot. But I preferred Christian Kirk. I preferred Keenan Allen. We're not done yet, though. So it's another I'm giving it a C+, because we're not done yet. But I prefer our first move be a true compliment to Terry McLaurin as a wide receiver. I don't see Deebo as that. So that's why I'm also giving it a C+. I'm not grading on as a pure wide receiver. I am grading him as a football player. He's a very good football player. To me, I don't think he's a very good pure wide receiver. That's why I'm a little down on it than other people. But he does have a skill set that you can use, and that could be very fruitful in this offense. And I know Cliff will use him correctly. Another reason why I'm giving it a higher grade than I wanted to give it at first. So, and on the Niners side, I'm going to give it a C. You got some compensation. It wasn't probably what you were looking for, but you got the maximum compensation you were going to get, and the Commanders are paying the full salary, right? So, I'm gonna give it a B for the Niners side, C+ for the Commander side. I think it's a solid deal for both sides. Deebo gets a new start. Wow, he gets his full salary, not guaranteed though, so no money is guaranteed to him. He can be cut at any time. At $17.55 million is saved by the Washington Commanders. and the void years are responsible to the San Francisco 49ers and not the Commanders. So that's also a good thing as well. So 1 year proposition. If it doesn't work out, his money's off the books next year. Cool. All right. If it works out, you can extend him next year. So it pairs up two 2019 wide receivers together. Deebo Samuel being the 36th pick out of the University of South Carolina and the 79th pick in Terry McLaurin. I want to double check. I wish I had this right. I want to make sure I have this correct before I get tweaking, because I'm pretty sure he was a 79th pick in the draft. I'm pretty sure he picked 79th. What the hell? The hell? It won't show me it. You MFers, you suck. I could have sworn he's the 79th pick in the draft. So let me check out this right. I hate it here. They won't give me the freaking draft pick he was in. What the hell? So stupid. I look on my phone. I want to be right. I don't be wrong here. I don't like being wrong. So take one. What the hell? 76. Okay. I was a little far off. Okay, 76 overall pick in the 2019 NFL draft. So you were paying the 36 pick and the 76 pick on the same team from the same draft. You got Deebo and Scary Terry on the same team. I like that though. I do like that a lot. So and I don't think AP is done with the wide receiver room. So now I have officially opened it up to the rest of you guys. One person at a time, please. I want to get that person at full attention. So now you can click that StreamYard link at any time. I'm going to pin that comment in the live stream so you can click it and hop in. I said one person at a time, just because I want to make sure I give people their full attention. I don't be disrespectful here, and I don't want to be overly with people shouting and all that. We losing track of the stream. So that is the so now that has now been be able to it's not this stupid. What the hell? Yeah, so now you can hop in. Shout out my man Brady Grip Gold Trevor. What's up, Slim?
Now, much coolness. I had to chime in because I know I can get on your stream and talk. Me and you, we talk, chop it up. So, in regards to the trade, I know you follow my Facebook page. I'm not talking about the personal page, the football page.
Yeah, I'm here.
A few weeks ago, I was opposed to the trade too. And I was like, man, Deebo, like at this point, but then I had to like really sit down, look at some film, and like actually think about it. Deebo hasn't really been in like situational football that was meaningful. You heard me?
I was saying what's up to Big Simple. What's up, Big Simple?
Oh, what's up, Big Simba? That's my man. I know Slim. Um, Deebo hasn't really played meaningful football since about 2023. And I know you remember that game he played in Philly where he had 4 catches, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he definitely ate.
That like the 49ers were playing for meaningful football then. They would have I already knew at the beginning of the season I had picked the 49ers to win the NFC. I was like, I said this before the season even started 2023. I got them winning the NFC without a doubt. It seems like when Adam Peters left, all that San Francisco gold came east and it turned into yellow gold. like that copper gold or whatever type of gold they got, that minor gold they got out there.
Yeah.
It came east and it turned into yellow gold. So like we took like that success bug, we got bit and everybody we had like a
He took his
success.
ore from the franchise. Said,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, but we added a splash of more swag. Of course, we got more swag than the Bay, but that's another discussion.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's just like success, like just followed him here. Like Jaden was the perfect pick, and I remember being on your live stream last year around this time. People were coming in talking, we should draft JJ McCarthy. We should trade back. We should draft what's the guy from Waldorf? The guy I think he went to St. John's or he went to school with Caleb in high
Uh,
school. From Penn State, went to Penn State. Your guy Fashanu.
yeah, Olu Fashanu.
Yeah, some people come and I said, nah, man, quarterback needs to be the pick. And I was so obsessed with us getting the quarterback position right at the end of the season. I was so pissed how Sam Howell let us down. Sam Howell was looking promising at first. He was looking so promising. We had your back, Sam, but maybe it's for the
Got
greater.
punch drunk, man. Yeah, you get punch drunk, man.
I know you're a believer in God, such as myself. So God works in mysterious ways, and sometimes something mysterious is going to happen. Maybe like God was like, "Hey, look, I got something better in store for you guys." He blessed us with the hand of Jaden Daniels. Man, we witnessed like I never had so much fun watching football in my life as I had this year.
Imagine being at Northwest Stadium this past season. Whew.
Man, I didn't get to experience it, but I had
Woo! That was
the
fun. That was fun.
I know we lost 37-3, but we might as well say it was 37-0. I was at that game. I'm a true fan. I stayed to the end. All the Bills fans showed me respect. They was like, I can't lie, bro. I respect because you stayed to the end.
I had
And
to
you
leave.
and you was and I stood tall. I was like, man, I'm proud to wear these colors. I said, I'm proud to wear. And I'm not shaming anybody who left. I was just like, man, we're gonna get it right. I was just like, man, we're gonna get it right one day. Y'all gonna see. Looking like the crazy man on the corner. We're gonna get it right together one day. You know how everybody be like, oh, you look crazy. That ain't gonna happen. Sure enough, within a year, we stayed humble throughout this process. I sat back and I had to like let Adam Peters do his job last year. I'm like, who am I to say Adam Peters isn't qualified to do something he has an impressive resume on? This guy has been a part of 3 Super Bowl teams, and he would probably have 4 rings if they would have beat Mahomes a few years ago when Deebo Samuel was a rookie in that Super Bowl. And think about it. If the 49ers win that Super Bowl, Deebo might have been the first rookie to win Super Bowl MVP.
Nah, for real. Because bro's out there going 8.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, oh, well, he's not a real receiver. I'm like, I don't think that's a part of Adam Peters and Dan Quinn's vision of how we're going to use a weapon. That's what he is, a weapon in our offense, a utility player. Well, I don't know, maybe he's above a utility player, but he's a Swiss Army knife. So,
Yeah.
of course, he's not
a
one.
chess piece.
Just think about the attention to detail defenses are going to have to emphasize even more now. And then that takes away the double teams and the high safeties off of Terry's side of the field. Like a lot of teams knew that Jaden and Terry, Terry started looking like 2019 Terry with catching all the deep passes.
Yeah,
And he had a very competent quarterback. I'm still mad about him dropping them passes in New Orleans because Terry should have had over 1,200 receiving yards this year.
Man, what?
It had 16 touchdowns.
Man,
I'm still upset about that.
Bro should have had like 15 touchdowns in the regular season. He dropped that touchdown in the Browns game too.
Oh man! Oh yeah, he didn't have step.
Yeah,
oh yeah, he dropped that pass, so he probably had 17.
Nah, for real, yeah, he would have 15 during the regular season. He had 2 more in the playoffs.
So I know a lot of people do not view Deebo Samuel as a receiver, even though I don't either. But I know he's a good player. He's a good football player. When he had that 1,400 yards,
I graded as a football player. Yep.
Yeah, when he had that 1,400-yard season, a lot of people was trolling me like, "Oh, he's a better receiver than Terry." I said, "No, he's not. Like, that's not his game. He plays in a great system. I wish Terry could play the system like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's showing up a better route runner.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and you see the years after that, Deebo hasn't been nowhere near that type of production as far as a receiver ever since.
Nah, for real.
But I think, yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to say I completely agree with everything you said when it comes to Deebo Samuel. That's why I grade him as a football player and not as just a pure wide receiver. He doesn't run routes well. Like, yeah, that's not who he is. He's not a dude that's going to line up outside, one-on-one with a corner, break you off, do you a shimmy, 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 break ankles, catch a pass, and take it 80 yards to the crib. No, he's a guy, you put the ball in space, he going to break 800 tackles, he going to send someone's helmet to the shadow realm by giving a stiff arm and go in the crib. That's who Deebo is. So I had to grade him as a player like that. I know he's not going to break nobody off. He is. But he's a dog, though. He's a dog to get that ball in his hand. So
I wasn't, I was critical of like Cliff during out the course of the season with him not getting like, like how you see some offenses, they get the ball out to a certain player into his hands at a certain time. Now we had that player with Deebo. Like he's not gonna route you up, but he can slant you up though. He can beat you with a screen, he can beat you in open space. And now we can have a lot of underneath routes. Remember, I was asking about, man, we need more underneath routes. Because that the defense is
those
going
shallow
like
crosses, those slants,
exactly.
those 5 and in, so those digs, stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think Cliff Kingsbury, like, okay, we got one. Now I still feel Adam Peters isn't done. I think like somewhere in the draft or free agency or via trade, maybe during the draft, I think we should try to find a way to get some type of receiver. If he's not even like a high end number 1 or number 2, like a receiver that's just like really good, but he's like on a roster and he can't really show like his true, you know what I'm saying, potential. Like he might be like a receiver that has like 50 catches, 750 yards, 5 touchdowns. I can't think of a receiver right now. Just something random is going to happen. Who knows? Tutu Atwell may be on here.
Speaking of route runners, you know what I like though? I brought him up. A veteran presence, a little on the older side, but I would bring in Keenan Allen. I know in his 30s.
You think he'll fit in Cliff's like his scheme now?
I think he'll fit the scheme. He's one of the best route runners I've seen in my life. He fits almost in every system. It's just now, is he going to be a guy that's going to be high value? Probably not. I ain't going to lie to you. But in situations when you got to have on 39 and they're doubling Terry, could he win one-on-one coverage? Yes. Unlike Deebo Samuel.
The portal you just opened up with that one.
I know.
You know what I'm about to say then.
Go ahead.
Because some people are opposed to this due to his age, even though people forget how good he was in a Super Bowl MVP 3 years ago. Cooper Kupp.
I don't mind Cooper Kupp at all. It's now you picked up Deebo. Those are 2 Z receivers. Are you going to play Deebo outside? Or is Deebo this chess piece that we're talking about? It depends how they view Deebo Samuel. They view Deebo Samuel as a slot receiver who could be a chess piece. Then I say no to Cooper Kupp. But they just view him as, all right, I'm putting this fool everywhere. This nigga is going everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bring in Cooper Kupp.
Hey, you remember those when Brandon Ayuk put on his Instagram story last year? He showed a picture. He showed the picture that I guess Jaden sent him. I'm like, man, why you gonna dime your man out like that? I know that's your best friend, but you ain't supposed to post that. The picture when we had the 2 setbacks. Okay, now instead of putting B-Rob and Eckler back there, we could put Eckler and Deebo back there for like the 2 or depending on whatever running back we get, if he's a pass catching running back.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot.
Yeah. And also, you brought up B-Robs. I want to talk about this very briefly, too. Now, I'm going to talk about this much more deep in another video, but I just want to briefly talk about it. Do you feel, because I know Louis T had the whole, we don't need a new RB1, we just need a compliment to him, and everyone, oh, we need to replace RB1, and we need a Mario Hampton, we need Ashton Genty. I'm tired of B-Rob. Are you team B-Rob being RB2, or are you team, all right, he could be someone's 1B to someone else's 1A? How do you feel about Brian Robinson Jr.?
Depending on the back we get and how he is acclimated into the system and how he performs, I'm cool with B-Rob probably like taking about 52% of the carries You know what I'm saying? Depending on how
Oh,
well
you're on the
this
same page
rookie.
I am. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm on,
52,
I'm
40,
on, the, I'm on,
52.
I'm on the same.
If I would have to explain this to you, because I know Eckler doesn't really want to run the ball. He said this. Like I was just me and this guy at my job. He said, "Oh, why y'all don't want to use Eckler?" I'm like, "Eckler doesn't want to be a running back. Like, which I don't. That's why he signed with us because
He
Cliff
wants to catch the
Kingsbury.
ball and run
Yeah,
kicks.
yeah. Cliff
He want to be
Kingsbury
a
told me, "All
running back.
right, I'll use you as a runner sometimes, but man, Eckler did a hell of a job before he got hurt. Like, what
No,
he had
for
like,
real. I can't lie to you on that one.
what he had like 7 yards for carry.
At one point, yeah, it was like 6.5, 7 yards, almost 7 yards of carry.
Yeah, Eckler looked real good. I knew he would fit in Cliff's system, but B-Rob he does need a complimentary back. Now, I think this would happen. I could be wrong. If we was to hypothetically get like a Quinshawn Judkins, a Travion Henderson, or a Marion Hampton, I think we probably going to split throughout the first 6 weeks to see, just to get an idea. And I think depending on who is best, they're going to take care of they're going to take care of the workload. That's what I think is going to happen. And I could be wrong, but I really believe we should prioritize running back in this draft. I don't care about what everybody says. You know, I'm a B-Rob fan,
I
but
am too.
I was most critical of B-Rob this year. I'm like, man, I can't defend it no more, bro. Like, you pissing me off, bro. We lost games. We lost games we shouldn't have lost because of B-Rob. We should have beat Pittsburgh. We should have beat Philly the first time. We should have beat to be honest, we should have went 15-2. I know it sounds biased, but if you actually watch and observe the game, some of these games shouldn't have been close. Because Jaden was just so good getting up and down the field. If he had if we
I'll
had
say the one game we
yeah.
definitely legitimately lost was definitely the Tampa game. They put belt.
Yeah, now that's one game I won't argue because we got that leather to the behind in that game.
Yeah, they put belt. It's like
that's
boy. Get out of here.
I remember watching the game and just seeing all the fans just like, oh my God, did Ron Rivera leave? Is Ron Rivera still in the building? Is that? And I'm like, man, here we go again.
This is blowing me, bro. Oh my gosh, bro! I can't believe I took a flight down to watch that one. That hurt. That hurt.
Yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad because I know they said, even the players were saying it was hot. I said, I mean, I know Tone and them, man, they sweating like a mug down that joint.
Woo! Hot as hell out that joint, boy. If I Hell's Kitchen, that don't find a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Not that thing, boy. Hot as hell, boy.
Yeah, I got family down in Clearwater. Maybe she'll see this video. I got another cousin. I think she live in Tampa or St. Petersburg. I gotta see, but
I
like,
love St. Pete, by the way. I love St. Pete.
I gotta go on a trip or something with y'all one day. Like we all gotta get together.
Do we have a Florida game this year?
Florida.
I think we got Miami on the schedule for an away game. I think.
Man, we might have a Germany game.
might have an overseas game. Man, the Charger game might be a Brazil game or something. We'll see.
I have never seen Roger Goodell, Tom Brady, all these veterans smile at a young quarterback the way they smile at Jaden Daniels.
Bro, they love this kid, bro.
Yeah, and speaking
of Scantling,
maybe 2 years ago when Ron was here.
No. Hold on.
Maybe when Ron was here 2 years ago.
MVS could be my wide receiver 4, but he can't be in my starting lineup though.
My man just said, I can't wait till we play y'all again. We do play Detroit this year.
Oh, hey, but I can't wait to play y'all too and beat y'all again. What what bro said on You Got Served, that white boy's name? I forgot
his name. I
love to take your money again.
He was looking. That white dude was looking like what's that game? Def Jam Vendetta character. Can't wait. Man, shout out my man Termite though. Man, Termite, the only Lions fan I know in DC. I met Termite in 2009 at Career Technical Institute. It was down, I think.
That was right for the 16 season. Oh, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I met him.
You been ride with them for a while. Man, I respect it.
I ain't gonna lie, the whole class, we used to clown this man. And I'm like, bro, it ain't no way you were a Lions. He said, man, I'm a Lions fan. He used to walk in there with the jersey. I said, bro, you playing, bro. This gotta be a joke. It's like 2009. But that's when I first met Term. But I'm like, bro, I was a real Lions fan. Over time, I had to respect it. I'm like, man, He's really a Lions fan. Like, I respect that. Because, like, the Lions were so bad back then. Like, I respect Termite a good man. Termite is a good man. He loyal to that team. And you know, Termite, I know you listening. I really was hoping we didn't have to do that to y'all, but I wanted to win, bro. Like, I can't explain. Like, maybe if we wasn't in the playoffs, like last year when y'all played San Francisco, I was rooting for y'all. I was like, yeah, I want the Lions on. But this year, I'm like, man, we ain't never been this close in a long time. I'm sorry, Termite. I'm so sorry, bro. Like, it's just
I'm so sorry, bro.
it was bittersweet. And then all them Lions fans, Woodward Sports. I hope one of y'all do see this talking all that trash. Man, we was showing y'all all that love last year. We wanted y'all to win. And then y'all just come and just disrespect us. Come on, Slim.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was hard that there was discussion trading Jonathan Allen in that Deebo Samuel trade, but the Niners didn't want to take on his contract. Which understand they're trying to share his salary now.
Man, send his ass out to Paisley Park in St. Paul, Minneapolis, so he could dress up like the great Prince. Send him out to Paisley Park. Put that purple
on. Send them. Her Minnesota's kind of they interested, but they're not interested. They're like, I don't know if I want to pay a salary. I think we end up just cutting John, man.
I do see him in the NFC North. I think him being on the defense like Minnesota or Green Bay or Chicago.
What though? I just thought about something. The Bears do have cap space. Montez Sweat is in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
We had done business with the Bears before. Give him a call. Why not?
Or he might. Hey, Termite, if you still watching, he might fit good with y'all with the Lions.
Shout out to Lions Syndicate, a YouTuber I watch in the Detroit Lions community. He wants Jonathan Allen. So
yeah.
Man,
J.A.
Send that 5th round pick on over, man. This will come out 5th round pick.
J.A. was balling a little bit in the playoff. He was balling. But Deron Payne, if we can get, man, I know some people gonna get mad. If we can get rid of Deron Payne too, how would you feel about that?
I want him gone too. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think B-Rob gone. Oh, nah.
Hey, no. Hey, Tone, hold on. Before you go, I was gonna bring that up later on, but he brought that up. Now, if it's offered, we can get a 3rd round or a 4th round pick for B-Rob, and we can swap a pick. Let's say we can move up like in the 4th round. Would you take it?
It depends, but like, if it's like, if you telling me I'm trading B-Rob for one of my 7th, and I'm going back into the 5th round or something like that, I wouldn't argue with that. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, because he's not an AP guy, so we have to be realistic.
Yeah, like he is a Ron Rivera draft pick. But yeah. I do think AP likes B-Rob. But I do think we need a compliment to him at least. Like you can't just go back with the same running back run. That's an absolute no. You can't do that. Hell no. If you're doing that, you're tripping. I'll tell you this: we drafted Mario Hampton. I don't care what they'll happen to Brian Robinson Jr. I don't care. Because he's B-Rob but faster. He does the same daggone thing. But he's faster. You got a little more wiggle. He's a B-Rob clone who's faster. And has better vision. He's faster. And he's younger. And got less trail on the tires. You drafted Mario Hampton, all bets are off. You got it. I don't care. I don't care anymore. But Rich Junkins or Travion Henderson, one of these speedy guys, but don't have the vision. The vision's a little off, or they don't seem like a full-time RB1. I got to keep Brian Robinson Jr. He's on his last year rookie deal. I don't get the whole replacing him and getting a new RB1 and pressed about it. He's on his last year rookie deal. If you get a guy, grew him to be the next RB1, you give Brian Robinson 200 carries next year, you beat him up, and send him off to the free agency market. Who gives a hell? He ain't here next year anyway. He's not here in 2026. Who gives a hell? Run him till you can't run him no more if you got to. Do what they did with Le'Veon Bell. Run him till you can't run him no more. Send a free agency. Nice knowing you. Say Robinson.
Yeah, you're right. Because I don't see no team trading no 4th or no 3rd for Brian Robinson because he didn't finish off the season strong. Like maybe if he finished off the season like over 1,000 yards and then like I can see like maybe like Adam Peters being like, hey, if you can give us a high fourth, you know what I'm saying, or a late third or something, yeah, we'll swap. Like he finessed Seattle like that last year because Sam Howell had some good moments throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? Seattle, like, yeah, he didn't finish off strong, but we seen his strengths and we can work on his weaknesses. So Adam Peters, the thing I love about him most, he's just like me, unpredictable. He doesn't show his hand. He don't show his hand. Everybody love Howie Roseman. Oh, he's aggressive. Ski man's Howie. Yeah, he coming to fleece you. All this and that. But I'm like Adam Peters.
That's how,
Adam Peters is an old school 1930s Dick Tracy killer. Like one of those guys in that era. He don't show his hand.
Real.
That's the beauty about
it. His hair like these, like 21 blackjack. I got 21.
Exactly.
You ready? He got 17. He got 17 down there, but he got 21.
Yeah, I like how Rio. I like how Rio be saying like he's like the Joker, like how he has that smile and he's just charismatic with it, and he doesn't show his hand like.
Doesn't show that at all.
Like he doesn't. He like everybody kept asking him about Jaden. We already knew he was going to draft Jaden. But he kept saying things to throw you off, like you never know. There's opportunities there in the draft. Some teams move up, some teams move. Like he tries to throw people off, but
yeah,
you have an idea where he's gonna go. Like so yeah, B-Rob, you're not an AP guy, and I love B-Rob, but B-Rob let us down when we needed him most. He played good in the Lions game, but man, it was nothing we can do against Philly because the run game couldn't get going.
But also, I will also say Cliff didn't make it an effort to get the run game going either. I will also say that too. Look at that first drive. It was like 16 plays. It was one run. He just dropped back Jaden 1,000 times. He even let the run game get going. He had no patience for it. It was working, so I'm not gonna get mad at him, but he didn't let it get going. But I saw the big thing for this comment too. I don't have no feelings toward B-Rob. I am a B-Rob fan, don't get it wrong, but if they replace him, cool. I trust AP. Like I put my trust in God on the spiritual side of things, on the football side of things. I'm putting my trust in my GM. Okay, you don't want B-Rob no more, and B-Rob not in his roster week 1. Cool. I wish Brian Robinson up at the best, and I'm cool with it. But I think he's going to be on his team because he brings a physical play style that no one in this current running back room brings. But if you drafted Mario Hampton, he brings the same physicality, and he does it in a faster way.
That vision.
But it has better vision.
East-West.
I'm cool with it then. He could go then. He's going to bring that same physicality that went out of Brian, but he's faster, and he could do more. So I'm cool with it. But if it's Travion Henderson, he breaks tackles. He's not a punch you in your mouth type of runner.
You know
what Travion Henderson is.
You know what
Quishon Junkins. They're good runners, but they don't bring that physicality to me. They don't bring that punch in your mouth. They don't bring that thing.
I thought of some trade scenarios. Like it's so random. Like if we wasn't to come up with a back in this draft, even though I truly believe we will, and we should prioritize this within the first 3 rounds. How's Javonte Williams doing? Like what's his situation? I know this random. It's so random. I haven't
watched any Javonte film in a while, so I can't say. But now, if there's one free agent back I'm interested in, bring up free agents. I'm interested in J.K. Dobbins. I'm very interested. Very interested.
He'll be good in our system too. As a compliment.
I think he's a good fit. If you keep him fresh, I think he'll be an explosive runner. It ain't gonna cost you a bunch of money. And if it don't work out by training camp, guess what? Snip, snip. Give my cap space back. Go with my life. Cool. All right. Nice knowing you, JK. All right. See you later. All right. That's a 1-year deal. I'll sign up for a first day of free agency. I'll do it in tampering period. Hey, let's get that done. All right. Welcome, JK Dobbins. Welcome to the Commanders. Okay. Make the roster cool. If you don't, whatever. So
Yeah, that's a good call right there. You know, I didn't think about that. I don't even know if he's going to return to San Diego because, you know, I say San Diego. I mean,
LA.
man, I'm going to always view them as San Diego. They need to move back to San Diego,
right?
They don't even sell out no games in LA. Please let NFL. Please let the Chargers return back to San Diego.
Yeah, they're going to San Diego, bro. LA got the Rams, they got the Lakers. They don't need the Chargers too. It's just simple.
Yeah, and I just found out that the Clippers have their own arena now. Like I've been so out the loop with the NBA. Their arena look good too. The Clippers.
Yeah, they do look good. Shout to Al Sanders. What's up, bro? Yo.
Yeah, that's my man Termite Al Sanders. He a Lions fan. He a real Lions fan from DC, man.
We don't need Jonathan Allen. We already got 2 defensive titles. You always want rotational pieces, man.
Yeah.
Don't ever say that. You always want rotational guys.
And I think
Jonathan Allen will turn to a great rotational piece for any team.
Hey, so speaking of the interior defense, you know what I'm about to say, about to ask you. You have an idea. You want to guess?
If you talk the cornerback position, I'm
talking about interior defense. You know who I'm about to say.
Oh yeah.
Who you think it is?
It's about Payne.
Not about Payne. I'm talking about who we've been linked to acquiring over the last few weeks. You got to think about the coaching ties.
Oh, also Diggy-Zuba. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What you think about that?
I heard he's negotiating a deal to go back to Dallas, but if he's not, I'm interested, but I'm not interested.
Oh, okay.
I'm interested in him as a pass rusher, but he's so light in the tail, I don't think he's off the run. So that kind of conflicts, you know? You know who I am interested in? A former Eagle. His name is Milton Williams.
I know you was about. I was going to ask you that too.
I'm interested. Sign me up. What you want? Take this blank check. What you want? Come on. Because he did that as a rotational player. In a rotation. Do you imagine him being a starter? That's scary.
Yeah, we do need to get that pressure inside because that's going to disrupt a lot of things, man. I was just so disappointed in our interior guys this year. Jonathan Allen and Payne a few years ago, I used to argue people down. I was like, man, we got the best defensive line in the league, and we could have made a case. But after they got paid, they just said, man, F it. They just said F it.
Yeah, they said, man, F this. I got paid. I'm good.
He said, would you go for
Payne? Payne really started giving a hell. I said, oh my gosh.
He said, would you go for Godwin at free agency?
Godwin's going to Tampa. I've already reserved that. Godwin's going to Tampa. Godwin ain't leaving Tampa Bay, man.
Yeah, I don't see it.
It's always hot as hell in Tampa. He gonna get paid. He'll play with Mike Evans. Why would he leave? He has a reason to leave. The NFC South is trash. Why would you want to leave? I don't want to leave. Why would I leave? Now, the Commanders was an NFC Championship game, so that's a team I would leave for, but the NFC South is trash. I go in the division every year for the next 5 years. Why in the hell am I going anywhere? I play in Florida where it's always hot. I don't go about a winter. I'm in a nice city. I'm chilling. I'm going to get paid a handsome amount of money. I get to play with a Hall of Fame receiver for the next 2-3 years at least. Why am I leaving?
Yeah, take the heat off.
Mayfield ain't no scrub, so what am I going somewhere for?
Yeah, and they got that McMillan guy too. So
and James McMillan's a dog. I'm not going no daggone way. Hell no. I wouldn't leave Tim on Chris Godwin. I wouldn't.
You know, I'm kind of like, it's crazy that I've seen people saying that they want Chris Godwin, but they didn't. Like, it was a rumor that IU may be traded here, like I seen earlier today, but we already know that ain't gonna happen now because after I posted that, like an hour after I posted it, Deebo was here. So, but people didn't have a problem with bringing in Chris Godwin after he just came off an injury. But They told us, oh, we don't want IU. He's a diva and all this. And I was like, man, the man just wanted to get paid. I mean, I don't agree with that stuff he did, but I'm like, hey, people got to go through some
antics work. He got paid.
Yeah, he got paid.
He got security he wanted, so I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, and I see I see a lot of fans. I think they invest too much in the social media. Like, oh, he's a diva in the locker room. He posts this on Instagram. He has a podcast. Me personally,
social media.
Yeah, I'm not tripping over that.
It's social media. Like, me being a Sixers fan, like they kept attacking Paul George fan. Bro, it's social media. Get over it. It's not the reason why the Sixers went 1-9 in February. They went 1-9 because they suck. What are we talking about?
Like, I didn't even know you was a Sixers fan. Let me ask you. Let me ask you about Josh Harris as y'all own. Hey, I want to know how you feel about that.
That nigga hilarious for that. I go
because you root for two Josh Harris own teams. You might not like how he runs one organization, but you love how he runs the other.
I think he's taking a step back and just letting Daryl Morey do his business. I think now he has to put his foot down and fire Daryl Morey because he's been an idiot. But other than that, like, I don't think he's running the Sixers wrong. Like, but I think he's more focused on Washington, on the Commanders right now because
that's personal
to him. The owner of this of the Commanders.
And that's personal to him. And my Michael Jordan voice. Yeah, that's good. We can segue into this one because I gotta bring this team up. Now I know y'all lurking. I know y'all just obsessed with our team. Y'all have wet dreams about us. Y'all just won the Super Bowl, and all y'all still do is just think about us 24/7. Like y'all act like Helga off of Hey Arnold. You know Helga, how she obsessed over Arnold. Y'all just so obsessed. Like, oh, we hate you guys 24/7. Every day I go to an NFC East group, I go on Twitter. They just obsessed talking about, oh, the Commanders think they're doing something. Oh, Jaden Daniels is going to have a sophomore slump. Oh, this and that. Blase this, blase that. I keep telling these Philly fans, because they tell me, oh, he owns the Sixers. They're going to go to shit. I'm like, bro, this is personal to Josh Harris. If you notice, Josh Harris hired and appointed people, and he falls the fuck back. He let them do their job.
Nah, for real. He definitely falls all the way back.
He let them do it, and that's what I keep telling them. They keep talking about the Sixers. I'm like, bro, he's not from Philadelphia. He's from Chevy Chase. This is personal to him. Like every time he talks about
this is personal. Yeah.
Every time you hear him talk about the team, you know how you can look at somebody else and you can be like, man, you really serious about this. Like, you really love that.
He also owns the New Jersey.
Yeah, the Devils.
We won't say that name.
Oh yeah, well, we're not gonna say gonna say it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry about that. We rebuke y'all.
The niggas with the horns. He owns them. He owns them niggas. So yeah. He don't care about them like that. He let them, do what they do, whatever, and save the Sixers. This is personal.
I keep telling them that. Like I keep telling these Sixers fans that are Eagle fans too, because I will give y'all this, y'all Philly fans watching. Y'all are some passionate fans. I understand y'all love y'all team. I don't have an issue with that because I love my team. But we're not going to beat y'all up. We're not going to beat y'all up and knock y'all over because you have opposing team colors. That's some. We from DC, bro. Like that's not player. That's just not player, bro. Like we know it's football. It's not that deep. It's not the streets, bro. It's just a game. We understand that. Like to y'all, it's real life. It's not that deep. All you Eagles fans, like as soon as Deebo Samuel got traded, Slim, you already know I went right into that comment section seeing nothing but Eagles fans. I'm like, oh, this still not gonna beat the Eagles. I'm like, bruh, the period didn't even start. Man, it's still not gonna be enough to beat us.
Like, shout my man, love you, Eagle fan. The first thing he do in our group chat with our homies is, again, I got BBL Deebo. What you want me to do? Bro, what the hell? Like, why? Leave my team alone, bro. Like, y'all annoy me, bro. Like, what the hell? Like,
it reminds me of the guy who got his heart broke by the girl he loved, like by the girl that got away, and he becomes successful. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go back and drive to her house, show her all the money and gold, and show her like how she should have picked me and shouldn't have picked that other guy. Like you just keep coming. I was like, bro, we get it. You won. You beat us. You beat us 55-23. Every time we make a small transaction, this ain't gonna be enough to beat the Eagles. Oh, Jaden Daniels is gonna be a bust. He's gonna have a sophomore slump. Look at C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud and Jaden Daniels are nothing alike as far as a QB archetype for one.
Yeah, they're way two different quarterbacks. One's a pure pocket passer that refuses to run, and the other one's a freaking unicorn. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Like,
Yeah,
no,
he's accurate. He's an accurate pass, very accurate passer. His arm is much stronger than he was initially given credit for, and he's a better processor than CJ. CJ is. I will give CJ the edge. He might have him like a tear up when with pocket presence, but CJ line was so bad this year. Everybody keep on talking about it's a slump. I'm like, no, it's not a slump. He still made the playoffs and he won a playoff game. It's not a slump.
I mean, statistic wise, technically yes, but
yeah,
but wise, no, because they did win a playoff game. So
and he lost two of his receivers. He lost Tank Dell and he lost Stephon Diggs. So like you gotta remember when you
thrown past to John Mechie and Robert Woods.
Yeah,
you want him to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got to put context to it. And Eagles fans, they hate. I ain't gonna say all y'all Eagles fans. There is a small segment of y'all. Y'all are good people. I believe y'all are good people. Y'all just love y'all team because I see some of y'all give us props like Jaden Daniels is good, but the rest of y'all just insecure. Y'all just don't want to admit he good. And y'all just hate the fact that your division rival, which to be honest, since we're closer in proximity to Philadelphia, those should be our biggest rivals other than the Cowboys. But I think since people saying the Cowboys and Commanders rivalry don't exist no more because we're not called the Skins no more, I don't even know. I think that's a dumb reason. I really do believe like this is like the main league rivalry.
This
will be the main league rivalry.
Baby blue and then like our birdie and gold.
So, are you on mute? Your mic went on.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, I was saying that the rivalry still exists because.
Oh man, what happened? Is that on my end?
Yeah. I was saying was the rivalry still exists to me because we don't like them and they don't like us. So what are we talking about here? Like that Cowboys Washington rivalry still exists to me. So unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Yeah, unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened on my end. You was on mute 1 minute, now I'm on mute. But
I was saying was like the Washington Dallas rivalry still exists because
definitely
we don't like them niggas and they don't like us.
Yeah.
So, I got something about to hop on, Brody. But
all right, man. It was good. Oh, you want me to head out? I head out. Let you chop it up.
I said I'm gonna do it one at a time, just respect for everybody else.
Yeah, man. Peace and blessing, man. I always appreciate the fact that you let me get on. You know, give me some time, show me love, man. You know what I'm saying? And you put that daily bread and pray on Instagram every day for me. So you and my man's do that. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? I need that type of stuff on my page. But I appreciate that, bro.
Because after baptism, that's what I am now. I'm a disciple. So that's my duties for the gospel. But bro, you can hop back on soon. I'm done with this next person for sure. Like, you don't gotta just.
I'm gonna still be watching. Bet. I'm gonna still be watching.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, shout out to the next person on the stage, though. I just want to show you some love.
Yeah, for real. Go subscribe to Birdie Drip Gold Trend, man, on YouTube, man. Go subscribe.
All right, I'll drop my links and stuff.
Yeah, drop your link in the chat, and I'll pin it as a pinned comment.
All right, bet.
So you can subscribe.
All right, bet.
I got you, Birdie. Be a bet. Yo. What's good with you?
What's happening?
What's happening, family? How you feeling?
What's going on? Man, good to see you, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm saying I want to open up to all y'all because y'all the reason I'm here, bro. Without y'all, there'll be no PSN. So shout out
And we
again.
appreciate you being here for us, man, for the team, man, for the city, for
So,
everything you
gang,
do.
you already know, gang. Well, what's
You
your
and the
thoughts on
gang
this
for
trade,
sure.
dog?
But I just wanted to say two things, man. The first thing is I just want to kind of piggyback on what you said just now, and you were saying that we're all warriors for God. Once you become baptized, one of our main jobs is to bring people to the Lord,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and you do a really good job of that.
Matthew
That's one of our
28:19.
jobs of all of us as
All
saints.
nations. Baptized.
Our job is to bring people to the Lord, and you put that as your forefront.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I really appreciate that as a man, you know what I mean, and you being a man and doing those things, and being a warrior for God.
For sure. I
But
appreciate that for sure, man. Like, and I tell everybody, bro, I ain't perfect, bro. I still struggle with certain things, and I'm still new to this whole discipleship thing. Like, I'm not nowhere close to perfect, bro. But I'm trying to be better than I was the day before. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you showing me that love, man. And I appreciate that, bro. Like, that means a lot, bro, because that shows it's being impactful, and that's all I want, man. That's all. They said Matthew 28:19, man. Gotta make disciples, man. That's all I
that's
want,
right.
bro. And speaking of that, before you continue, if anyone wants to attend church tomorrow, you guys can go to 3150 Chesapeake Street Northwest. That's where our church services are at every Sunday at 10 a.m. And yeah, if you ever want to study the Bible, you can DM me on Instagram at protestnetwork_ or my personal Instagram. Or if you got me on Facebook, whatever social media you got me on. And yeah, man, I definitely want to create disciples and shit, bro, because we gotta get people to Christ. So I appreciate you plugging that in, man. And
Well, what's the name of the church?
it's Washington D.C. International Christian Church, but it's not. The church is in another building. That's a Seventh Day Adventist church, but that's the
Okay,
building. But we rent that building every Sunday to have service. So
gotcha.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So if you ever want to stop by, bro, definitely stop by, man. I'll be here every
Absolutely,
Sunday. If I ain't there, if I'm in town, that's the only way I'm not gonna be there. If I'm out of town, I'll be there.
absolutely. But I want to know what do you think your Debo's impact's going to be on the team? I know a lot of people are saying that we're going to he fits into a lot of schemes and sets that we have. Um, what I saw last year gave me cause to pause on this trade.
Okay,
Um,
I want to.
it
Yeah,
definitely did. He had all the opportunity. I was watching a lot of those games, and he just wasn't making something out of nothing because there was a lot of nothing, and he had a lot of
True,
nothing,
true,
but
true.
he wasn't making something out of nothing. He could barely break tackles. Um, I just saw like the frustration on the sideline from him. These things are just a lot of calls to pause. I trust Peter, and I
Okay.
trust that our coaching staff to get through to him, so to speak. But when teams are so eager to let a guy go like this, and when you see kind of like
Good
the
taken.
decline in his next year, in his like previous year like this, it gives me Hainsworth type of
I could feel
those
that.
old school Redskins commanders like retreads. You know what I
I
mean?
feel that. And I feel that to an utmost degree because he had the opportunities because
Yeah,
Ayuk went through the ACL and Ricky Pearsall, God bless his soul, he had that gunshot wound and he was
right,
recovering from that. So he had opportunities to be essentially wide receiver one.
right,
He failed. So I do feel where you're coming from on that. And I had calls to pause because we had 200-yard games last year. The rest of the games were kind of mediocre. He had a 90-yard game toward the end of the season, but he was very inconsistent. And one thing I did like about Deebo, and that's something that I talked about earlier with the cons, he's not a true pure wide receiver. He's not a
right,
guy that you can line up and just round him up and just dice him up with routes. That's not him. And they were making him to be that last year, knowing darn well that's not what he does well. So I feel you. So that brings to the point. He's not a pure wide receiver. There's no reason why I'm like, trading for a guy that's not a pure wide receiver to play wide receiver. It's a little dicey. So I feel where you're coming from. Where you're coming from on that for sure.
But I've always been on the standpoint of F them picks. Also, you know, F them picks. You know, when you got one of those guys,
free pick, yeah, F them picks.
F them picks.
Especially
Get
with
what you, you know what I'm saying? Will and deal. Make the trades. Do what you do. Get the best players. F them picks.
Shout out to bro for this one. I think Deebo needed this. AP scout and draft them San Fran. Draft the wide receiver late in the first. So yeah, I think also maybe the fact that they drafted Ricky Pearsall and he knew he was on his way out. Why put maximum effort if I know I'm about to be out of here anyway, right?
Oh nah. Come on now, protest.
I'm not making excuses for him now. No excuses. You out there in that field, you gotta make plays. And Deebo had that big drop last year that pissed everybody off, and that's a meme now. And he just didn't look like Deebo Samuel. So I understand what you're saying. Like, why trade for a guy come off one of his worst seasons of his career while playing 15 games, so he actually was relatively healthy? He just didn't play well.
Because he's young and
relatively young. He's
because
20,
he's young.
Same age as Terry, 29.
And because it's a 5th round pick.
It's a calculated risk. If
it
doesn't work out, you gave a day 3 pick for a guy that didn't work out.
Right. And you're not getting a guy like him on a day 3 pick. You're not getting a guy like that on
work out though. Now you talk about a steal. So calculated risk is something I'm willing to take, especially for a wide receiver room that's very thin with just Terry McLaurin and a bunch of wide receiver 4s on other teams playing wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3.
I know you don't think we ain't done yet, though. You don't think we're done? We're not done yet, right?
Oh hell no!
Exactly. Exactly.
No. This could be a brand new wide receiver room. Spoiler alert! This is a disclaimer. I don't think any wide receivers that are free agents right now are getting resigned. This is gonna be a brand new wide receiver room. The only guy I think getting resigned is OZ. Diami,
that's the one I wanted to.
Noah, gone. All of them are gone. Jameson Crowder too, gone.
What about our boy?
You talking McCaffrey?
Nah.
I said Diami. I think Diami gonna be on another team next year. I think Noah Brown gonna be on another team next year.
Yeah, Diami is who I was referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Crowder, Diami, and Noah are all going to find new teams.
Wow.
I say that because I think Diami's going to want to find a team that gives them a bigger role.
Right.
I just think Noah Brown going to do the same thing. Like, look, they trade for Deebo Samuel. I don't think I'm going to get many touches. I'm going to go find a team I get some touches at. And Jameson Crowder, you can find Jameson Crowder in August.
Right.
If you need a receiver. So I think it's going to be Luke McCaffrey, Deebo, Terry, and a bunch of new guys.
You think we'll be able to hide any of those guys on the practice squad?
Except for Alame Zaccheaus. I think Dan Quinn likes OZ. I think Cliff likes OZ. And OZ was very productive when he had opportunities. He took advantage of opportunity. He had a couple of drops. But overall, Alame Zaccheaus took advantage of opportunities on the front of him. And I think Diami Brown did too. Don't get it wrong. But Diami went to the playoffs, which nothing wrong with that. That was a good look. But in the regular season, I saw more consistency from OZ than Diami. So I think it's going to be I think Diami's going to find a new team because he wants more opportunities. And then Jameson Crowder, you can re-sign him any daggone time. Right. And Noah Brown can find the same type of greater passion somewhere else. And we have a brand new receiver room, excluding Olamide, Luke, and Terry. The rest of these dudes going to be new guys.
So probably 1 or 2 new guys then.
Yeah. So I think it'll be 2 new guys off the bench.
Deebo.
1 new starter.
Already.
Deebo.
You can include Deebo in that. So 1 more receiver then.
I think we're gonna sign Darius Slayton because we like going to NFC East stores. I don't know what's up with these fools. They like to go in the op store and go find and grab teams from op team places and bring them to Washington. So they did with the Cowboys last year. Said, oh yeah, former Cowboy. Let's bring them up. Yeah. I think we'll do the same thing with the Eagles and Giants now. Former Eagle. Like, yeah, bring him on here. Former Giant, kind of productive. Yeah, we can bring him on here. Come on. And weaken their rosters while strengthening our roster. So I see Darius Slayton coming
Oh,
here.
the LeBron James move. Okay, the LeBron James.
Kinda. There you go. There you go. Got the analogy. Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. The whole Gaver, this guy, create the Avengers, the NFC East Avengers. All right, let's get the Eagles up out of here. We tired of these fools.
For sure.
Just accumulate as much talent in one season as possible.
For sure.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That is crazy. Because Darius Slayton is a 5th-round pick from the 2019 draft. So you'll have Darius Slayton, Deebo Samuel, and Terry McLaurin all on the same team. That's crazy. I didn't think about that.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
But it's not crazy enough to work. I kind of like that room.
Yeah, because I think Slayton brings you the big playability with the deep ball. Same with Terry, and then Deebo works underneath. And you got a guy like Luke McCaffrey off the bench and Alama Zacchaeus who gives you good depth. So I like that room. I've had a solid room. It's not expensive for me. So
on what level do you think it's an upgrade from this year?
Well, positions?
No, not the wide receiver. That wide receiver room that you're speaking of. How much of an upgrade from this year do you think that is?
So I feel another upgrade we can do. I like Tutu Atwell too. I like him as well. Very explosive athlete, short, small, but he's a jitterbug. Catch the ball, he go 50 yards the other way. So it brings more speed to the room. And I think we just need more speed because Noah Brown was the fastest guy in the world. Outside of Terry, it was not a lot of speed. Like I didn't see a dude taking 60 yards to the crib. I didn't see it. Terry's doing it. So Lamine did it here and there. Diami did it once in a while, but they weren't going to the crib with it.
Diami was our speed guy. Diami was our speed guy. That's saying something.
All the guys take to the crib for 50 yards out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't mind Keenan Allen. I brought him up too. That's another guy I think that we might be interested in is Keenan Allen. If we don't get our hands on Darius Slayton, Keenan Allen be another guy I wouldn't mind either.
Free agent signing only. Do not play ball with the Rams with this. Just let them cut him, and you can pick him up on free agency.
Oh, you talking Cooper Kupp?
Oh yeah, that's what I was referring to. My bad.
You referring to Cooper Kupp? Now getting Deebo is kind of a tricky situation because Deebo is mainly a slot guy when he does play wide receiver, and so is Cooper Kupp. Right. So where you putting Deebo at? You know what I mean? But if they look at Deebo as his chess piece, you can move everywhere, like I was explaining to Derek earlier. They just look at Deebo as his chess piece that you can just put anywhere. He just a football player, just a weapon.
Right. He's not a pure number two.
The label on him. Then you could bring a Cooper Kupp in because he has a special role. So it depends how they look at Deebo. So look at Deebo as more of a wide receiver that can play that Swiss Army knife type of position type of thing. Then you might not bring a Cooper Kupp in. But if you look at him as a Swiss Army knife that can play wide receiver, like I think they should look at him, then they could bring a Cooper Kupp in.
And you're kind of right because we didn't have a solid 2 this year. We kind of, it was like we kept putting, it was
by committee.
Yeah, it was by committee. So if you have Deebo, he's not an official number 2 either. But you can have Cooper Kupp there. I kind of like that. But I trust.
I don't mind Cooper. I'm actually a Cooper Kupp fan. I like Cooper Kupp game a lot actually. So I would not mind Cooper Kupp at all.
Who would you prefer in that position, Cooper Kupp or Zacchaeus?
I'll take Cooper Kupp over Lamine any day of the week. I'm taking Cooper Kupp over that whole wide receiver room that I'm talking about, other than Terry McLaurin. So you do with that as you may. You do with that as you may, but I prefer Cooper Kupp over everyone on in the receiver room that's not named Terry from last year. I just think he's better than Deebo Samuel's a pure wide receiver too. So take that as you see. I'm only taking Kupp if Kupp is cut. Today the Rams have to cut him. I'm not trading for Cooper Kupp, so we agree on that part.
And one more question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dang, his name just The linebacker or the defensive end for us. This is final year.
You talking about Dante Fowler?
Dante Fowler.
Yeah.
The Dante Fowler situation. I'm kind of that's another one I'm kind of nervous about because if he leaves and you don't resign him, you got to bring in another guy.
Right?
Well, what do you do with that situation?
I would resign Dante Fowler. I wouldn't mind. I don't think it would cost you a lot of money. Might cost you more than you thought when you first signed him last year to the 1 year deal. But
Right.
I don't mind Dante Fowler. He had a really impactful year. 10.5 sacks. He had a pick 6. He had a great year last year. He had a really good year last year. And I like what Dante Fowler brought. But he can't be your best pass rusher. So that's something I also want to bring up too. Even though Dante Fowler played well last year, he can't be your best pass rusher. You need to bring someone else in who can rush the passer better than him, and he be the complement to someone else. So if they bring in a guy like a Khalil Mack or something like that, or someone of that ilk to be the number one pass rusher, and Dante Fowler be the complement to that guy, I have no problem with that. But I do think that you definitely gotta bring someone else in along with Dante Fowler though. I would say.
So
I know a lot of people gonna say Myles Garrett. I get it, but until Cleveland wants to trade him, I'm not
right,
thinking about it. Not thinking
right.
about
Okay. So this leads to my other question, right?
it. Go
So if we're gonna be doing this, right? So say we got a lot of guys on 1 year contracts.
ahead. Yeah,
If you don't re-sign this dude, do you resign? You said that we could do better than Fowler. Do you re-sign him and not just him, but the Wagners and other people of that ilk? Do you
Okay, so
re-sign
I'm gonna
them?
give you a couple guys I personally would bring back. I'm bringing Bobby Wagner because of the intellect.
That's a must.
He's just too smart of a football player. Now I will reduce his role a little bit though, because no 35-year-old linebacker should be playing 99% of snaps. That is insane. You need another linebacker in this room. And I think when Jordan McGee comes in and plays more
Yeah.
linebacker for us next year because he'll be healthy, right? Uh, bring back Zach Ertz because he was very impactful last year as well. But like I said, same with Bobby Wagner. A younger guy needs to take some of those snaps away from him. So maybe like a Ben Sinnott or draft another tight end or something like that to alleviate some of that pressure off of Zach. Bring back Jeremy Chin for sure. Dude was an animal last year.
Right.
And bring back Jeremy Chin. I saw bring back OZ. Gotta bring back Tressway, obviously. He's on the last year's deal. Uh, so many free agents on the starting team. So many free agents. Those are the main guys I definitely would bring back. I bring back Cornelius Lucas too. What he brought to the table last year as a swing tackle.
So how do
Those are
you
the
bring
guys
these
I
guys
would.
back and also sign and bring in like not necessarily their replacements, but help if you're going to re-sign these guys? How do you bring in help like their replacements per se?
All right, so I would draft guys that could eventually replace them in 2026. And that's how I feel about that. But if I don't re-sign Bobby Wagner, the first guy I'm looking at is Drake Greenlaw. I kind of already said that in another video before, but I'm definitely looking Wagner had me nervous. Wagner definitely had a little bit of some struggles late in the regular season, the postseason, but that's we gotta have a guy like Jordan McGee for to kind of have that athletic guy next to Lulu whenever Bobby can't play. You can play 3 linebacker sets too. That always helps. Late in season, they must have a few holes. Definitely needs some most upgrade. The defense needs a bunch of upgrades. I can't lie, especially at defensive tackle. But you won't get rid of Jonathan Allen too.
Right.
I'm excited for free agency and the draft. So am I. But the draft is interesting now. We only got 6 draft picks, so we're not asking. I like Nick Bolton too. Nick Bolton's young and athletic and a freaking hammer. He wants to just hit people all the time. Freaking crash out. But I like Nick Bolton too, so I don't mind that as well.
Because unfortunately, we can't fill all the holes. You know,
we're
gonna have to sign guys and roll with them, and then maybe we can't necessarily depend on the draft and draft guys and insert them because they're rookies, of course. So you're gonna have to kind of do the free agency thing with the draft in unison, and then sign the guys that you really need.
Another thing that people forget when it comes to a roster. I know a lot of people say you can't fill in all the holes, but there's a way you can. The free agency, draft, and developing the players that are already on the roster. No, everybody forgets that part. Everybody forgets to developing the younger players that are on the roster. I was like, go get another receiver. Hey, let's develop Luke McCaffrey. How about that? Can we do that? That saves a lot of money. You don't got to go to another receiver if he turns into the other receiver that you're missing, you know? You're like, go get another corner. No, we have to do that because we don't have nothing else on the roster. But you get what I'm saying, though. If you got go get another tight end. How about we develop Ben Sinnott? Do we think about that? Do we think about that? What are we doing?
Easier said than done.
Tackle, right? Develop Brandon Coleman. Like, why we had to get a left tackle with? You got a young kid who had some nice moments last year, but he struggled a little bit. But you can continue to work with him. He can get better. He was just a rookie. Let him continue to work.
Do you believe that Ben Sinnott can be better than
Ertz?
Than Ertz next year? Possibly. Anyway.
He can be. My thing with Ben Sinnott and Logan Paulson brought this up, and I think that made a good point. Ben Sinnott's route tree doesn't match what Cliff Kingsbury calls for tight ends. Ertz does a lot of shallow crosses, a bunch of option routes where he can just do 5 yards and out, catch a ball, and run out to catch or whatever. Ben Sinnott gets a lot of seam routes, a lot of corner routes, things like that. Yeah. Cliff doesn't call those for tight ends. He calls those receivers.
Yeah.
So
that's Terry's route.
He doesn't really match what Cliff wants to do. But I think Cliff has to get in his bag and put Sinnott in those positions to succeed. And I think he can do that if he gives Ben that chance and call those things for Ben. But also, you can put Ben in the backfield as a fullback and get creative with that too. So I think
he whiffed on a couple. He whiffs on too many blocks for that. For my taste, if I saw him back there, I'd be kind of scared.
He whiffed on a couple more than I thought he would last year. I agree with that.
But I mean, if he can get it better, get it a little bit better. I'm sure he'll be better than Robinson back there.
I think we're drafting a running back, and when we draft that running back, him and Robinson will split the carries together, and they'll figure out who's the guy they want to roll with. My thing with B-Rob is this, and I kind of explained this earlier, but the O-line has to take some type of responsibility too. They were not the best they could have been during that second half of the season. I'm not excusing B-Rob for missing holes where they were there. So let me go ahead and say that. But there were not a lot of holes there in the second half of the season. After that Titans game, that run blocking was trash until the Lions game. It was terrible. No one was creating a new line of scrimmage. No one was creating no space. And B-Rob didn't have nowhere to go half the daggone time. But the time he did have somewhere to go, he ran to a lineman. So, the combination of him missing holes where they were actually created and then not creating holes equals no run game. So problem. The O-line wasn't good, and neither was Brian Robinson Jr. Both were bad. So it sucks. But I think a new running back will help, but that O-line has to play better too. So
I mean, I'm not trying to blame. Like a lot of people are blaming the O-line, and I don't. I was there. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm there at every game.
Me too.
And I don't. The offensive line was, they came together, but there's a lot of plays that on offense that we have that are designed for the running back. They let a linebacker go, or they'll let like a defensive lineman go, and the running back's job is to chip the linebacker or whoever. And this man was missing every chip all season long. He was killing me with this. Jaden Daniels had to. It's like he had foresight. He's like, oh, he's going to miss the chip. Let me already go ahead and spin move and get up out of here. And it was a lot of that this year with Brian Robinson. So I don't want to blame the offensive line because the scheme was set up for Brian Robinson to do the chip.
Yeah, and that is another good point that I can't argue with either. I'm giving B-Rob some blame now. But also, I will bring up the first half of the season when Brian was actually running hard and hitting holes, and the offensive line was creating alleyways that anyone could run through, including me and you. So you can also give off saying too. I give the offensive line some blame, also give some blame to Brian too, because Brian could have been better. Brian could have found cutback lane. Because a couple times they get some cutback lanes for him, he just didn't see him. Bro,
yeah,
you cut back this way, there's like 25 yards of real estate. You make a dude miss, which he can't do. That's the phrase that he doesn't.
I'm not going to kill him on his
run
running
this dude
style.
over. He can take it 50 yards the other way. But instead, he missed the cutback lane, and it's a 2-yard gain, and that's about it.
I'm not going to blame him too much for the running style. I will blame the offensive line for that part. But for the parts where he's just missing blocks, it's killing me.
Yeah, man, missing assignments and missing holes.
Yeah.
That's wow.
I mean, we're missing chips here. All you gotta do is put your body in the position. It ain't like you gotta like physically push a guy out of bounds or something. No, you just gotta put your body in the position, chip block. It's easy, man.
I would definitely say in pass pro, he was horrible. There were times in pass pro, he was dog. It was bad. It was bad. I think was that the Falcons game when
he got pushed back.
I forgot who that edge rusher was.
When he got pushed back into Jaden Daniels' lap.
Yeah, he got right in Jaden Daniels' lap.
Yeah,
because Wiley got beat.
He did, yeah.
He pushed Brian out the way. Like Brian was on the ground in like 0.2 seconds, and Jaden like, "Where's my protection at?" He got to throw the ball away. I'm like,
right.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then later on in the game, he had a good pass protection play where he just stood dude up. I'm like, where was that earlier? Where was that earlier? It was the same dude. I'm like, bro, where was that 3 quarters ago? Like, where was that at? So the pass pro is inconsistent. So I don't like the pass pro from Brian Robinson. To me, at bare minimum, he can't be on the field on third down. I can't, no.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Pass pro. They can build on third down because he can't pass pro. He can't pass protect to save his life.
Right.
So if his life depended on it, he's going to miss that block. It was nice knowing him. But yeah, definitely want to replace him on that for sure. And another guy can take some carries off of him. I definitely want that. I don't want B-Rob off the roster because I don't think he's a terrible running back by any stretch. Because he does bring a physical edge that the running back room didn't bring last year, given. Right. But I do want a change of pace back at bare minimum that can take his 7 yards to the crib and literally put his head on the goalpost, that can block and pass pro on third down, and that can get 10 to 15 touches a week. And B-Rock can get whatever he gets after that. I want that at bare minimum. If that dude turns to RB1, right. No problem. If you don't, run Brian Robinson to the ground. He's a free agent next year. Who gives a hell? I don't.
I do. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Don't run him in the nope. I care a lot. Where's Eckler at? Bring him back. Like I'm not, I don't want to do that. I'm not with
Well,
this.
rephrase. So I'm thinking like more like the duos and the powers. And
I get it. I don't trust
I
even
don't want
that.
those creative runs for Brian. Okay,
Ugh,
I'm talking the simple duos
no.
and simple powers where he just rub the middle, north and south.
Oh,
Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it clean, and let's keep it easy. No
oh
cutbacks.
man.
No zones. None of that. No, let the other running back do all the creative, fun stuff. You do this duos and these powers where you just run into defensive linemen and you're getting 4 yards pop.
Well, we need to get our Brian Irving ASAP. We need to get our Brian Irving right now in the draft. Hopefully, we can get us a Brian Irving.
Oh, you mean a Bucky Irving?
Bucky Irving. I'm sorry. I'm getting names
Yeah.
all messed up today,
Boy,
bro. It's ridiculous.
bro, last draft process, I had Buck in every mock. I wanted Bucky Irving so bad. I said, "You Tampa Bay mother."
Half the Commanders creators had Bucky Irving in our jam, in our
you can
mock.
ask Rico.
Seriously.
You can ask Rico for Street Scores.
Right.
You can ask everybody. I said, I want Buck. Give me Buck.
I remember.
Buck.
I remember.
I gotta have Buck. Even DQ wanted Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
Someone took him before we got to him. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Because I think he was the 98th pick, and we drafted Luke McCaffrey 2 picks after that. Said,
Yeah.
oh, why? I was like, no, why? And I wanted Troy Franklin. We got Luke McCaffrey. I'm like, oh, why can I get who I want? I was bummed in day 2. I ain't gonna lie, because I like Brandon Coleman. That was cool. I didn't mind that pick at all. But it was like I wanted Bucky Irving, or I wanted Troy Franklin at 100.
How did you feel about the defensive tackle pick? How did you feel about that when that hit?
Oh, we saw Brandon Coleman, right? I didn't mind that.
Not Coleman, the defensive tackle.
Oh, you saw the defensive end?
Defensive tackle. What's his name? Our defensive tackle. Young boy with the dreads. The one that jumped off sides.
You saw Johnny Newton.
Johnny Newton. What do you think about that one? Because that was like, ooh, that was a bold one.
I didn't mind that one actually. He was projected to be a first rounder, and he slipped into the second round, and they saw the best player available. I had no problem with that. Now, at first, I was like, I could have took a tackle there, but I was like, there's no tackles worth this pick.
There was nothing there.
I let that one go, and I was like, you got a corner, but who you drafting there? Kool-Aid McKinstry was gone.
Right.
Are you drafting Cooper DeJean? I guess we could have drafted Cooper DeJean, right? But I'm like, okay.
Who knows, though?
And then I'm like, we kind of need a new defensive tackle in the rotation. Because you know what the hell Fedarian Mathis was. Deron Payne came off a solid 2023, but it wasn't nothing like he was on his contract season. And then Jonathan Allen about to turn 30. So I'm like, you need someone in the rotation. So I had no problem with that. Cool. I actually liked the second round. The second round was actually pretty good to me.
Nice.
Mikey was pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Johnny Newton, I think, is going to be a really good football player. And I think Ben Simmons going to do some good things too. So I didn't mind the second round. I didn't mind Brandon Coleman. I just really wanted Troy Franklin at 100, and I got Luke McCaffrey. And we saw what Troy Franklin did, and we see what Luke McCaffrey did. Kind of pissed off. But I'm going to trust AP. I'm not going to get angry. I trust Adam Peters. Cool.
I like what Luke McCaffrey did on our kick return. He didn't fumble one time.
Also saw what Troy Franklin did at wide receiver, and I said, darn it, why couldn't we have Troy Franklin? But I'm mad. Speaking of Troy, what did Troy Franklin do this year receiver-wise?
Let's see this. Yeah, let's check them stats.
Let's see his stats.
Wouldn't mind hearing that.
It wasn't much more than Luke McCaffrey. 28 catches for 263 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay. He only had 50 targets, though. So,
and he wasn't kick returning.
So he wasn't. I think he was a punt returner.
Oh, for real?
So, but yeah, Marvin Mims. I think with Marvin Mims and Cortland Sutton, he wasn't gonna get a lot anyway. So I'm not gonna get mad.
Sure.
Who Buck played for? Buck. He played for the Bucks. Buck. Darn it. Tampa Bay morons.
Coleman is probably gonna go to they're probably gonna mess around with Coleman at guard.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
he might. But the way
he was,
Adam was talking at the combine presser, it feels like he likes him at tackle.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing too.
Now, if they get a Ronnie Stanley or
right,
they get a guy like that in free agency, we know it's going to happen.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I see happening. We do that.
If
That's kind of what we do.
Don't and they pick up a guard, we know they're going to do. They'll keep him a tackle. So
right.
I think either way, I think you're fine because I don't mind Brandon Coleman.
No, I think they're going to play with the flexibility here.
Yeah, I think they should explore all possibilities.
Right. So whoever the BPA at the point,
but they won't mind moving them inside. They find the right guy. But
right.
Ronnie Stanley is 31 though, so how long is he going to be playing in the league? You know, so if they bring Brandon Sheriff, you know what that means. They're going to keep him at guard and keep him at tackle and pray Brandon Sheriff at left guard. But if they get a Ronnie Stanley or they draft a tackle, you know they're going to do so.
If they draft a tackle, he's probably going to stay at tackle.
So we'll see what happens. I'm very intrigued to see what they're going to do with the offensive line, though. I'm very intrigued they're going to do with that line. Wow, that fight ended in a draw.
Wow, I called that one. Prize Picks, give me my money.
Wow, a lot of people lost some money tonight. Then a lot of people.
Yeah, I bet it to go the whole distance.
That's crazy.
Yeah, DMV versus DMV never turns out well.
I don't like fights in a draw. I've been mad.
Well, it's DMV versus DMV. You're never gonna get a guy like they respect each other too much. They know each other too well. DMV fighters versus DMV fighters is always kind of iffy, and it's strange. It always ends up strange.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying.
We got a lot of boxers coming out here. We got a lot of boxing that come out of DMV, man, and they all know each other. Like they all know each other, respect each other because they came from the same background, same gym, same all that. So you're gonna get a lot of draws, a lot of slow fights like this one, which I called it. Prize Pick said over 25 and a half minutes. Take that bet, baby.
Win you some money. There you go.
Yeah, man. Between that, Steph Curry, and a couple other guys, man, I won about $100, man.
Hey, man. You want some money, so that's good to see.
I don't promote betting, but I mean,
hey, man.
Is it betting if it's the bonus bet? is it free money? You're kind of still betting. I don't know.
You in the prison, so we got legendary boxes. Not for real. We ain't lying.
Yeah.
We known for hands in DC. Yeah,
that's right.
We getting spanked in DC, boy. Them hands be going crazy.
Yeah.
Sheriff, no, LOL.
Why does everybody hate on the sheriff thing? What's up with this? Like no one likes him.
Older, he's in his 30s now. I guess we don't like.
Bro, we need offensive line help. We need help on the offensive line. Did y'all see our offensive line last year? We need offensive line help. Sheriff is a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. Get the experience.
He was our last All Pro.
Yeah.
Before Revo, of course, but
and Cosme, right?
Older guards play well. Exactly. Older guards play pretty well. This is a 1-year deal. I'm not saying you need to give him a 4-year deal and have him retire here, but 1-year deal and kill nobody. It's a 1-year deal.
Right. Just bring him on in. Hey, he's not gonna. He's gonna do better than he has these stretches where he does really well, and then he'll get like these weird injuries, and then he'll play bad. But as long as he's healthy, that man's gonna show up.
Nah, for real. Sheriff can give Coleman tutelage. Yeah, completely agree with that too.
Yeah, not just him though. A bunch of our offensive linemen are young.
Yeah. Even
We still
Cosby
got a bunch of young guys on our
too.
offensive line.
Sheriff took his money and ran. I mean, you gave him 2 franchise tags. What you
I was
want
about
him
to say,
do?
thank you. You said it.
Can't blame him for that.
Right. Come on now.
Like, can't blame him for that one. Like
you ran him out of town for real.
I would too. If I could get $70 million out of the Jaguars, because they want to pay me $70 million.
Right.
45 guaranteed. Hell yeah, bye.
And you don't know what Trevor Lawrence is going to be. He could have been the best quarterback of all time. You don't even know. You go in there, you're protecting him. You don't even know.
Could have won a Super Bowl. And
they literally
went the first season of his tenure there. So
real talk.
The sky was going up for them, and then it kind of went left. But I can't get mad at Brandon for that. Can't get mad at Brandon for that.
No, of course not.
Paid handsomely.
We knew it was going to happen. Us as Commanders fans, we knew it was going to happen. Once we franchise tagged him, we knew it was over.
The second time, they put another tag.
He was all pro at that year.
He went all pro that year too. He went all pro. No.
He's out there.
Brandon.
Good offensive linemen are not available very long. They're not available on free agency. They're not available. Good offensive linemen are not available. So when they are, teams jump on that. He's out there.
I agree with that.
Watch this year. This year is going to be a testament of this.
I'm for Brandon Sheriff return. Welcome
Damn
back.
right. This year is going to be a testament of that. There's not going to be any good offensive linemen available in free agency. Probably not.
I wouldn't mind a start offensive line of Coleman, Sheriff, Biotish, Cosby when he comes back, and Andrew Wiley. I think that's a solid 5. Would I want to upgrade that right tackle position in the draft? Yes, I would. But they kept Andrew Wiley. I wouldn't bet and I get mad. So I think that's a solid 5. You bring Sheriff back and you yep, I knew he did it Kirk Cousins. But Kirk want to be here.
He didn't do it Kirk Cousins.
Want to be here. Bring Bruce Allen. We gotta stop blaming these players. We can't stop. Gotta stop doing it.
Yeah, stop it. That's not the same.
If it wasn't for Bruce Allen, Kirk would probably still be here. And we would have Jaden Daniels. So thank God for that.
Yeah.
8 years later, but nevertheless, got JD5 now. So let's just be happy. Let's be happy as Commanders fans. Yeah. I know 2 name changes later and a bunch of up and down foolishness and losing and the winning 7-9 playoffs and all that. But we got here. We got 5. We went to a conference championship game. We got spanked when we got there, but got there. So
and no scandals, y'all. We don't got no scandals, y'all. No scandals. No craziness. None of that.
Like an idiot. None of that.
And guess what? We're media darlings. We're media darlings now. We're media darlings now. We're the team that came from rags to riches, baby.
I think we might draft Jackson OSU. Is that you talk about? You talk the offensive lineman, Donovan Jackson.
Yeah.
I gotta watch tape on him, but I did like what I saw in the national championship game. He was like a complete stonewall.
National championship offensive guard and tackle.
Yeah.
Where is he gonna fall to?
Tackle Donovan Jackson did. And Josh Connerly is interesting. I don't know if he's worth the 29th pick in the draft, but I'll talk about that when I do my mock drafts every Wednesday on the channel. So every Wednesday I'm doing a mock draft from this week all the way to a draft week. So you guys will get 8 mocks, and I'll talk about a lot of Josh Connerly in those mocks because until that first round pick is traded away, you got a first round pick to talk about. So
he's not dropping the 29.
Yeah, I don't think Josh Connerly will be dropping the 29, but
no.
He doesn't. I think Donovan Jackson will be there though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Jackson will be there.
But I think us as Commanders fans, I think that we're delusional a little bit, and we forget what 29 really feels like. You're at the bottom of the draft. We're not 15. We ain't 16. You can't trading up. How you gonna trade up? What you gonna do? No, you can't do that.
Draft. You got 6 draft picks. And someone bring up trade for Ashton Jensen. How? We don't have a fifth. We don't have a fourth. We don't have a fifth. We don't have a sixth. How in the hell are we going up from 29 to, let's say, Jenty probably gone by 13?
Yeah.
How are we going 16?
Protect, they want us to trade picks from next year to get up there.
You're like, yeah. Change your first next year, and change your second next year, and change your third in 2027, and go up and go get Ashton Jenty. How am I going to run it back?
There you go. There you go. He'll add like 2 wins. He'll add like 2 wins next year. You gave up your whole damn future for 2 wins.
You gave your whole draft for next year for an extra victory this year.
Mm-hmm. One victory.
Are we Ashton Jenty away from a Super Bowl appearance? No. So no, I'm not trading up for Ashton Jenty.
Right.
I like that kid, the Boston College kid. I like him a lot. He had a really good combine. His stock is up. And I think he'll be ready to be a 3rd round pick before the combine started. I think you might have pulled a trigger on him in the 2nd round if you can, if he's available. So I like him though too. I think he's a really good. He's kind of raw though, but he does have a lot of good qualities about him. I like it. 29 is a great spot. If you're trying to trade out the 1st round, yes, it is a great spot.
Right, exactly. Trade out of the 1st round.
Trade out the 1st round. Great.
Right.
These fools are trading up. That's the problem. We trade up from 29 to prop. Trading out the 1st round, you are in a great spot. And you can get a lot of draft picks going from 29 to, let's say, 40. You can probably have 2-3 second.
Are we one of those teams that need that we need to trade out to get more picks and all this madness?
We definitely. If we don't get a pick for Jonathan Allen, yeah, we got the 1st round. So.
Oh shit, Protect. We're not getting no pick for him. It's over.
I mean, we just gave a pick for Deebo Samuel, so you never know.
Good point.
We gave a 5th rounder. It was not a lot. We're not getting no real draft capital. But someone might call you.
A trade is a trade. I don't care.
Hey, I'll tell you what I can get. If rather than cutting him, you tell me I'm getting a 6th round pick, I'm gonna cut him anyway. Sure.
A trade is a trade. I don't care. As long as he's not getting cut.
So if I'm getting a pick back and I don't have to swap picks with you, sure. Here, take his money and go, please. So I can go get more free agents. I appreciate that.
I would love to think that Adam Peters did his full voodoo magic on us, and we're one of those teams that can actually do stuff like that and trade Jonathan Allen instead of swallowing that whole,
I mean, we free up the cap space anyway. We free up the $16 million if we cut him or if we trade him. But I'd rather recoup the draft capital we just gave up to get Deebo in order to free up the money.
Yeah.
Where's that? I thought I just lost that. So I went to look for it.
Well, what I'm talking about? I get up in like 6 hours.
Same here. Same here, Protest.
I literally just realized what time it is at
night.
It's
1, bro.
I get up for church in the morning. So I'm about to go probably wrap up the stream here. Mike, I appreciate you stopping by, bro.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Go ahead and wrap up the stream right here. So appreciate you stopping by, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and give my outro, get up out of here, bro.
For sure.
Tonight, bro.
Thank you and God bless.
God bless you too, Brody, for sure, gang.
All right.
All right. Be easy, bro. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Phil for all the comments here. Shout out to Roy. Shout out to Derek, man. I stopped in tonight. This is a heck of a stream. Yes, we still need a wide receiver too. We all know that. Okay. This doesn't change anything. So all right. So let me wrap up the Deebo trade in a bow. And I'm gonna get out of here. So do we still need a wide receiver too? Yes. Are there plenty of guys that can fill that role? Yes. And I will talk about that tomorrow in a video. So I'll record something if I go to bed. We'll get that video tomorrow. And I'll talk about my best 5 candidates for wide receiver 2 in my 20 best free agency fits. Because this Deebo trade doesn't change these fits, by the way. So I'll talk that tomorrow and Monday and throughout the rest of the week. And we'll talk about free agency, stock up and down after the combine. We'll do all that Monday. And let's have a productive week. But yeah, Raptors, do we still need wide receiver too? Yes. Does this help the wide receiver room? Yes. Does it help the offense? Yes. But we still need another guy who can win off the line of scrimmage running routes. It's not change anything. If Deebo is healthy, if Deebo is in shape, which I believe he is, shout out to Josh Taylor, and if Deebo's hungry to produce, I think he'll be a great Swiss Army knife that can do some things as a receiver and in the backfield as a chess piece. And I think he's a great fit for if they're looking for a Swiss Army knife. They're looking for a number 2 receiver in Deebo Samuel. They'll be very sadly mistaken. I don't think it's going to work out as well as I think as we want it to work out. But that is the Deebo Samuel trade in a nutshell. That was my player analysis. That was my trade grades. I shot to Mike and Derek. Great conversations tonight. Great questions. I appreciate the Q&A. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll try to do this once a week, just depending on my work schedule and things of that nature. But I'll hop on with you guys once a week, open up to the panel, kind of how we do the Comrades Assemble during this season. I might have this an off-season segment just specifically for this. We just talk Commanders football. You ask me 1,000 freaking questions, and I answer them. So if y'all want that, let me know, and I'll do that weekly. Have a good one, guys. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Maybe not the most athletic or talented sport choice, most professional, off the field, technically sound. You also come with talent, athletic through hard work, dedication, man. Pro Tech fans don't always have a good one, guys. Road to 5,000 subscribers on the way. I will have the 4K giveaway video for you guys this week. It'll be for 2 tickets to a game in the 200 levels during the Commanders regular season. And also a third winner to go to a game with me. So that'll be 3 winners for the 4K giveaway. I have details sometime this week. Also, I also want to say, if you guys want to go on a road trip with me to a road game this year, I will have I'll have details about that this year as well. It'll be called the Pro Tech fan road trip, where I have subscribers take a trip with me to a game of our choice. I'll usually go to 2 road games a year. I'm going with my father and my brother this year. Also, I want to go one with you guys. So if you're in, I have details about that this week as well. So we're gonna have a fun off season. We're gonna have a fun regular season, and we're gonna hit some milestones on this channel, and we're gonna have fun doing it. And I'm gonna connect with you guys mentally, physically, and spiritually. It's gonna be a fun off season, guys. But till next time, have a great evening, and raise hell to our Washington Commanders, and I'll catch y'all next one. Peace.